It's a different type of experience that don't really consist of many words when you when I went to God, and I went to God with a conclusion. And when you come to a conclusion about things, especially people, it's like sometimes I realize I find myself, I don't really do the playing along and being dramatic. I don't like going through unnecessary. I don't really fake kick it for real. Like, I was talking about family for the last video. But this just pertains to just everything and everybody, for real. You know what I'm saying? You can't say or tell me when a person say you made your bed, your own bed, you lay in it, right? I'm sitting here like, all right, God. Have I not met you halfway? Have I not shown my earnestness in every degree? At first, when I first come to prison, I did all the reaching out a person could ever think of. You know what I'm saying? I wrote churches, my own church. I wrote friends, family. I wrote book authors. I wrote news reporters. I wrote senates. I even wrote the White House. I even wrote random people I didn't even know for help in newspapers. Like, then when I didn't get no type of assistance there, I figured like I had to fight for myself, right? So I got up, put one foot in front of the other. I picked up a Westlaw, criminal trial practice, court's rules and procedures, post-conviction remedies, federal rules of evidence. And I just page for page, I studied and learned the law myself. And I fought, and I fought, and I fought. I filed, and I filed, and I filed. I got to a point to where, through all the denials, I actually got a ruling in my favor. And in 2020, after I fought against a denial about my conviction and my sentence, Court of Appeals ruled and was like, and we were in a grant and remand you back for further proceeding. On top of that, due to my conviction and sentence, due to the ruling, they found that I was under a double jeopardy clause. So in 2020, I thought like, okay, God, I might need a lawyer to anchor this out. I don't want to step back into the same courtroom under the same judge and be mechanically sentenced all over again. I don't want to. So I saved up all the money that I had left. Got hold of my family because all the other lawyers that I was in contact with, they were charging so much, and at the time I saved up a lot of money over the years, and my family referred me to this one lady within the family, an attorney, supposed to be an official for federal and state. So I figured like she's maybe a respected official in the courtroom. I might as well anchor out with her. Well, the case was already, I had already did everything for us, the briefs to all the judge had to do was recite, the attorney had to do was recite verbatim. You know what I'm saying? The initial price that she charged me, I saved up for that. I came to her and then she charged me like 2,000 more. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wow, like I ain't even, it took me a whole year, some change to come back to you and tell you this. And then she was like, all right, after I got that amount up, to charge me $500 to try to come out to see me, but she never did. But I was like, hey, I need to anchor on my brief. I already have a proceeding that's already going on as far as my Hague. Even though I had got a ruling for the Court of Appeals and I could be remanded back to the sentencing courts, I still had the Hague or whatever and all that. Well, she charged me or whatever to do my brief. I sent her the brief, and all she had to do is, paraphrase and do her little thing. Everything was already lined up for her. She didn't really have to do nothing but just say, she's my attorney in the courtroom. You know what I'm saying? And she had me send all my stuff to her and just vanished. No answer, no response. Still to this day, 4 going on 5 years later. And so once I realized after like a year or two that I wasn't getting no response back from her, no hit, she just ran off with the money. Her name was Davinia Fisher on Abercorn Street, Savannah, Georgia. And hey man, I'm just gonna go at this. You know what I'm saying? That was an experience for me. But during that process, I got a ruling back from the Hague court stating that they procedurally barred me because I failed to state claim or of relief, in which she had the brief. You know what I'm saying? So I could never really get that back from her. So they procedurally barred me. Then I just went ahead and was like, all right, I still can look forward to the ruling that I got from the Court of Appeals about my illegal sentence and conviction. So I tried to holler at it. I work hard, man. And I stepped in pro se again. So as me trying to go further with my proceeding in the court, it was like they're not entertaining anything I do pro se. All right, so I terminated my attorney and I never got a hit back. And then things really got real fishy going on last year. Where it was kind of weird that I filed the judicial qualification against the judge for the in order delay. He was just really deliberately like not entertaining anything that I filed. When I filed it to these people, I got a return back from the mail as if this was an active address, which it was. But I filed it to 2 addresses. I got a return back, but this time when it came back, it had the stamp on it, but it was never really processed like it had the bars if it was to return back to me, if it was a Nevada address. But I was wondering why the prison I was at held it for at least like about 8 months, 6, 7, 8 months, something like that, and then gave it back to me open. I'm like, wow, that's weird. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't getting all that. It's just kind of, that part got real overwhelming for me. The only swing I had left was to just do what I can with my music and pray for somewhat of a big break. I was never really trying to do no cloud chasing or none of that. That wasn't even on my mind. It was just another option. I exercised whatever option I probably could. And now that I got to this point now today, where throughout that time, from maybe 20, it was around 21, maybe, I started dealing with a health issue. I didn't know why, but I thought I could be fighting cancer at first. You know what I'm saying? Like I can tell that I'm healing right now. But back then, I was suffering badly. And I was asking myself like, first, maybe like a year and a half, 2 years ago, I got assaulted by officers. And it was strange because how the warden came in with all his little squad people, you know what I'm saying? I don't think he's a warden no more now. But they came in our my cell, went through my stuff. Hey, whose stuff this is? Come in, ask me about my property. They tearing up my stuff, running through it. So I'm like, that's my property, man. Out of nowhere, while he asked me, a guy in my box asked me about the property, another officer standing beside me with a tablet in his hand. So he like, oh, this your stuff. I'm like, this is my property, this is my box, man. It's right there. As soon as I say it's right there, I get hit from the blind side. Boom! Bust me up, knock my teeth out. Bro, next thing you know, the one in front of the boss went in, they wailing, beating on me. Boom, 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 boom. And I'm shocked that I'm like, wow, like. Once I realized that I was just in shock that I was even being attacked. But then I realized like the degree that I was being attacked. It's like, dang, if I don't fight back right now, I might lose my life. So that little jerk, while the officer was after he hit me, wrapped up on me, all the other 4 officers beating on me, boom, boom, boom. I got my hands pinned up, I'm on the wall, but I had the chicken wing up out of it. You know what I'm saying? When I try to chicken wing and buck back, I get hit, boom. Table in the corner right there, but I come down on my knee real hard. God, on some metal, like on the corner of the metal vent. Gave it to me, I had a feeling, I was like, I was still shocked, like, wow, leaking, bust up, lip bust up, teeth knocked out. I'm like, wow. And I got closed behind the door. Boom, left to bleed out for 2 days. Something tell me to send a kite under the door to inmate and send word like, hey, y'all need to get contact with my family. Call this number, please. Let them know that, you know, such. So I was thinking, like, after like 2 days went by, I'm still trying to tend to myself. Real bruised up, bust up, face swollen. So for some reason I hit my fam. Let my fam know about that. I guess Dukes may have called, whatever, but I know come down and see me 2 days later. They tell me to fill out the medical request and they see me. And when I let them know what happened, you know how everybody with each other. You know what I'm saying? But I wrote a grievance that never was filed. They just disposed of it. Never got hit with that. That was wild. But during that time, I was dealing with a health issue. And it was strange that I informed my family. And when I spoke to my fam, and I was like, hey man, I really need help. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know, man. Like, things getting real, real rough for some reason. And when it was like that cry for help, like, it's like me telling my dad, getting word to the family. I'm thinking like, you thinking like, they about to come up the bat for me now. Like, I know I have done more than enough. I ain't got the help. You know what I'm saying? It started being a big wake-up call for me. Like, where do I really stand with what the people I call family? And then reality really started sinking in. Like, and now today, all this time I've been fighting for my health. I'm busy right now. And all the time I've been fighting for my health, and I've been enduring all this for so long. I've noticed during that time, me just like, hey, you know, all I need is an attorney, and a lot of this I think would have been alleviated. I look at myself being able to go to the store every week, and like all the money that was used for me to just get by in here could have just been a easy compensation for me to have an attorney and not be home to my children. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like I don't compromise anymore. But just to fake kick it or walk around here as if like a front, like I feel like I got like a real family for real, love and support. I watch my I just watch a lot of things. I just take notice to a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? It's like I watch my siblings, especially the sister right up under me. You know what I'm saying? I see her get in a little trouble more than one time. And the same person that I ask for help, especially concerning an attorney. I watch my family go out their way to go and get an attorney for my sibling and cash in every time, they got in trouble. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, dang, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, God, all right, so I've done everything that I could possibly do on my own. I've learned the law. I have done the work. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like I'm not even emotionally disturbed anymore from what I've come to the conclusion about. It's just that it's obvious. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't even about the whole favoritism or me even. There's no jealousy. There's nothing like that. I don't even have none of that in my heart. There's no envy about it. It's just the fact of me acknowledging the fact thereof. It's like, my life is in danger. My children they're already adolescents now. They ain't too far from being adults. Man, you know what I'm saying? It's like, even with the standard of me coming to the realization that I got a valid lawsuit in many different areas. And I'm like, hey man, the same money you used to get an attorney for me to, all I need to do is file this a suit or something. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even about the money. Then I'm like, dang, the assistance ain't where I thought it, but it. And it's like, I'm only being pacified while I'm in here. I know right now this is like a personal situation, but it ain't personal. This is just the fact thereof of me learning something. You know how you make your bed, you lay in it, cool. But what's fair is fair, but when you ain't being done fair, there's another work at play, for real. Because what I do know is that what doesn't make sense, God knows. God knows. What don't really make sense is how I done more than enough work from all the credentials. I mean, many credentials is this thick. These are just what I've obtained since I've been here. As far as an education, being a teacher aide, helping people get their education, to certifications, to, I don't know, man, it's kind of strange because, like, this is just not the law work that I have here. That I ain't even got to do all that. The point that I'm fixing to make is this, man. Like, I got to a point to where, okay, me and God is in exchange. Because at first I had this I got so overwhelmed to where I'm like, okay, there's powers that be that may be maybe at work in my situation to hinder me and deprive me of what's right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm at this point now to where it's like, God, what you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? What do you want me to do? And it's like, man, like, I'm at a conclusion with family. I've watched friends sell out too. I've watched strangers that I met, got acquainted with, sell out too. But now, I'm at this point to where I just gotta say to my sons, because I'm like, hey man, say, I have did everything that I could possibly do. I have did everything that I could possibly do on my own. And I gotta be straight with you that I'm up against some things that are trying to overtake my life right now. So I started this channel because I was discouraged at first, like, if I don't make it out of here, you got something to know, to come or actually know me by. And I don't want to accept that I ain't about to make it out of here. Now, it could have been another route, and I could have just been rebellious. I could have been very destructive. I could have adopted being vicious and had a very perverse mind on getting out of this place by force. But that only just add fuel to the fire, and it'll cause me to be farther away from you. So in my humility, I sit here and I endure every day patiently, waiting and hoping God moves in my favor. But I have done everything that I could do. For me and my life being at risk, for me, basically raising my voice to the top of my lungs, begging and pleading for help. For me, begging and pleading for help. I don't look at friends and family to say, that's just being straight about everything for real. I cannot possibly decide to be a part of nothing like a gang, an affiliation. That ain't me. In order to get the help and the support that I need, that ain't me. So I'm already just standing here alone, facing some powerful people that rather probably not see me live for real. Because I mean, all the things that I have done to make a difference in my life, to be better, that didn't really matter. All the love and support that I have given when I did have something to give back, as far as financially, that wasn't good enough. Now I ain't got nothing. And I know that my family is able to help me. I've been knowing this, actually. I've been knowing this. One part of me didn't want to accept what was actually being projected in front of me. It's like I didn't want to really come to the conclusion that but this ain't no just you on your own type of thing. When I said that, hey mom, hey dad, hey sis, bro, like, hey man, I'm having severe pains in the back of my neck, in my head. I'm like, it's hard for me to move my neck. You know what I'm saying? I got torn. They doing. Hey, I need your help. Like, hey fam, y'all do me a favor, man. I mean, right now I done filed all my stuff, such, but I'm doing this music. Could you support me? This can make a difference for me and my family. That music stuff, that was like, all right, whatever, yeah, people got their life, cool. But when I say my life is at stake, then the only one that could really help me was God. Endured this long. I don't think a person has ever experienced the nerve pain that I ever experienced in my life, for real. And I don't wish that on no man. Just think about it. So, I ain't really angry that I'm at a conclusion for real, and I know the real truth about it all. It's just like, dang. I thought you loved me, for real. I thought I was really worth it. And that's just, that just took my parents right there, because I think it would have been way more beneficial if I was there. Then instead of seeing me just waiting on me to just die off in here, go and get on by, just let them get by in this place. hopes and dreams. Sell a nigga false hopes and dreams. Because if you really wanted me home with y'all, you most definitely could have did something about it. You most definitely could have did something about it. And just to take it this long, or just to go this far with it, is more than enough evidence that you could have did something about it. But I ain't upset. You can say you're on your own, yeah, cool. But it ain't no different from somebody putting a gun in your son's head. Being here ain't no different from somebody putting a gun in my head. And you just really sitting back and watching, like, or just turning, like you don't see what's going on for real. Like you really don't see what's going on for real. Like you really don't see what's going on for real. Ain't nobody gonna have my son, holding my son in no prison against his will. Ain't nobody gonna just sit back and just look and go on about their day like ain't that ain't really going on for real. So how could I sit here and fake the funk like what I'm seeing ain't what you saying? I'm at a point to where my gratitude has given me the strength to speak on this shit. But that was a real definition of how much you really don't give a. That's cool. That's cool. But I've been done crying. You know what I'm saying? I'm just at this point where I just got to go ahead and let my boys know why this channel is even, why I'm doing this, why I've taken up the courage to take this risk, because this is an option I feel like I got left right here. What else could I possibly do? Because I done did all the filing. Good Lord, man. How much more filing do you need me to do? How much? How much more filing do you need me to do? Huh? How much more? Huh? Huh? Just tell me, huh? I mean, I don't know. They say, hey, this is back when they say, we remand. Okay, for reason, we vacate this trial court order and remand the case back. How much more? And this not even a fragment of what I've done. This ain't even a fragment. Medical records, false reports. What else? What else? What else? Fooling with that court, man. system. This go to show you how corrupt the system is. For anybody who ain't seen how corrupt the system is, the date on this is, man, it said 2020. We about to hit 2025. I ain't been nowhere. I ain't seen a judge. So you can get up here and you can judge me about me getting on here and looking foolish. What other option do I got left? I tell my boys I love them in the most effective way I can. But yeah, that right there could cut real deep if we was to get into real detail. If we was to get in some real detail, that's just a shallow expression of what's really going on. And this ain't for the faint of heart, because the things I face, the next man probably would have been gave up on life for real. Wouldn't worry about cutting his hair and keeping himself presentable. He wouldn't even care about it. Beyond the sake of my children, because they play a part in me fighting every day. But beyond them is my God. And me still being determined to fulfill my divine objectives in this world. So the real actual soul reason behind all this is me getting the job done. For the God I love and serve for real. So just like I said, my sons still have an option whether or not they choose to accept the love that I am offering. But I'm not solely dependent on that. And that's not the whole sole reason for why I fight every day. It's my gratitude to God because He's given me the will to press forward. Because He found me worthy for my next breath, my next second. I ain't perfect. Now I might not respond. My responses may not always be plausible. I'm human. But my intentions aren't perverse. And I just don't got an evil heart. And I can never conjure any type of hate towards nobody. I can never conjure any type of jealousy towards anyone, whether I'm having or I'm not having. So, people are entitled to feel how they feel about me. And I'm okay with that. I don't gotta be behind all that. I don't want nothing worth to happen to. You entitled to your opinion. If I ain't worth nothing, I just ain't worth nothing. If I'm a nobody, I'm just a nobody. I don't really care to have a response for that. It's a waste of energy. Because everything that I'm required to do concerns God. And what I need to do right now is service anyone that's watching this video. I just thank God that He has healed me. Because I have yet to receive any type of treatment. I'm fighting for my life. I need help. This was back in like, what the date was on this? 22? I'm having severe pains and nerve pains in the back of my neck. I'm going through whatever could be. And I filed that grievance. They denied it. I appealed it. They said health service is coming. That's back in 23, but last year. And I have not been treated by any type of doctor. I have not received any type of medication or anything. The only thing that has helped me is God. That's real spit. The only treatment I have got is just a spiritual service, because sleepless nights going on for a whole year and a half of not being able to sleep, and you going through sleep deprivation could take your mind to a real. I'm still shocked that I even got the strength to do what I'm doing today and how I'm feeling. The relief of just appreciating God has helped me get this far. Like I said, trust is God's throne, man. And a lot of you that doubt, I got that fragment of doubt, or maybe considering, or just want to put a little bit of mere belief or somewhat a degree of confidence in God. Trust is God's throne. I just pray that this inspires anyone who feels like they're in a tough situation and they ain't got nothing or no one to turn to. My hands are truly tied, for real. For real. But there you have it, man. Hold your head up. You know, God's will, you see me tomorrow. And I pray it's not here. I pray you see me with a background with the wilderness in it, or maybe an ocean or something, or actually in a house where you see a carpet on the floor or something. Who knows, man? Oh, man. I still, because out of all the information I've gained, and all the, just being able to get this far lets me know that this will not go to waste. And there's so much more I got to share. So I'm going to continue to be transparent. Without fear, for real. Without fear. I really don't blame. If a person wanted to see me dead, I don't blame you. I don't. Even in my ignorance, you can use that as an excuse. I don't blame you. Even in my ignorance, if that's what it was, for why you wanted to see me without life, I don't blame you. But the thing about it is, I just know the fact that it was just that you had a hard time comprehending or accepting who I am today, or who I'm to become. And whatever resentment you got in heart, cool. I don't knock it. You're entitled to your opinion. But as you can see, I'm here. And let me be all the substantial evidence you need to know that it's a big God that says otherwise. So I'm gonna conclude that, man.